In response, hello and welcome to the day. Thank you for spending your time with us. I'm Joel. Welcome back to another 8-minute deck tech. This week we're going to do a little bit of a build along inside MTG Arena. A lot of people have been asking me what deck I use to grind quick constructed and make a lot of gold, get a lot of wild cards, things like this. We're going to make it right now. Let's get right into it. So the main thing to remember with this deck is that it is made to win one-off games. Best of ones. That's what gets you through the quick constructed tier, and that is what we are aiming to do, is win one game against as many possible decks. Another reason that I really like this deck is that it is fast. This deck is quick. That's what you want when you're grinding these tiered events, is quick decks. Get in, get out. Don't grind on a long match that eventually you win, because we want to get to the end of our wins and losses as quickly as possible and then get into another one. So you'll see the first thing that I searched up for this green deck is Llanowar Elves. We're going to go ahead and add 4 Llanowar Elves. Now that is the primary strategy of this deck when paired with our other friend, Steel Leaf Champion. Best possible opening hand is a Llanowar Elf, 2 Forest, and a Steel Leaf Champion. That means that on turn 2, we're going to be playing Steel Leaf Champion and immediately putting that pressure on the opponent. Now, you also need a secondary strategy, and for our secondary strategy, we actually use Elfim Druid. I'm not sure if that's how to pronounce it, but that's how we're going to. Elfim Druid, when combined with our other friend, Untamed Kavu, is going to give us the potential to either have a turn 1 Llanowar Elf and turn 2 Steel Leaf Champion, or turn 2 Elfim Druid, turn 3 kicked Untamed Kavu, and have a Vigi Trample 5/5 by turn 3. So the entire deck is built around these 4 different 4-ofs. Llanowar Elf into Steel Leaf for a turn 2 5/4, or Elfim Druid into Untamed Kavu for a turn 3 5/5. That is the entire strategy. Have 5 power attacking on the board by no less than turn 3. So that is our early game. For the mid game, we have Territorial Allosaurus bringing up the middle. Now, we play Territorial because it combos really well with our Elfim Druid. We're going to have the possibility of it being kicked, and in a pinch, it represents 5 power on the board on turn 4. So it helps us achieve that either turn 2, turn 3, in a pinch, turn 4, power 5 on the board, swinging in, swinging in. You're constantly just turning things sideways and attacking with this deck. The other middle game card we have is Ripjaw Raptor. Now, Jake and I tend to disagree. He really likes Ripjaw Raptor. I play one more Territorial Allosaurus than one more Ripjaw Raptor simply because of the kicker strategy. But some people, you can vary these up a little bit. These 5 cards making up the middle of your curve. Ripjaw Raptor is great because it's going to be refilling your hand. We have one other card for that you'll see later on. Now, the top end. This is what really settles the match a lot of times, and that is a 2 of Ghalta. Now, once you're guaranteeing yourself power 5, power 5, power 5, power 5, power 4, with Ripjaw Raptor, you're going to be able to get that Ghalta on the battlefield. Now, as a secondary finisher, we've also got Carnage Tyrant as a 2 of. There are a lot of control decks running around. A lot of times we just need something that can't be countered, can't be targeted. Once it gets on the battlefield, their only real way of dealing with it is to block it a bunch. So those are all the creatures in the deck. As you can see, as of right now, we have 25 creatures. That's a lot. So what we're going to want to go ahead and do right now, we're not escaping, what we're going to want to do is we've got 4 Llanowar Elves. Look at this. We've got 4 Elfim Druids. So let's take this forest count down to 23. I think that we can gain an extra slot there where we have 8 creators of mana right here. Having all of these big creatures is not going to mean a dang thing if we can't protect them. So, as you can guess, the best way to do that is by having a 4 of Blossoming Defense. This is going to seal the game. I've had so many games where I have a Steel Leaf champion swinging through their power 2 or less creatures and it can't be blocked. They cast some kind of removal for that or the Galta. I Blossoming Defense, they scoop. That's it. This is a necessary 4 of in this deck. Now we also want to be able to deal with threats that may be blocking or may be getting in the way. I find that I really like having a 3 of Cartouche of Strength in this deck. Now Cartouche of Strength pairs wonderfully with Territorial Allosaurus that doesn't come with Trample out of the gate, and it also pairs well with the Ripjaw Raptor. This not only removes something on their side of the board, but it also gives these two mid-range guys Trample, which is huge. Get that last bit of damage in there. With removal, we are also going to play a 3 of Rabid Bite. This acts a lot of times as a one-sided bit of removal. We don't have to fight. It can just deal the damage, our creature survives, swings through, we win. So as you can see right now, we've got 25 creatures, 10 non-creatures with those removals and the protection, and then 23 lands. We've got 2 slots left. I have found that I like to populate those spots with some card draw. The first one being Rishkar's Expertise. Now Rishkar's with a 5 power guy on the field is going to draw us 5 cards, and then we can cast anything that is 5 or less. What I've done a lot of times is cast Rishkar's, draw 5 cards, cast a removal for free, either Cartouche or Rabid Bite, swing through. Rishkar's Expertise is fantastic, but we play it as a 1 of because you really don't want to see a second copy in any game, but it's nice to have when it does show up. Now the second that we play just a 1 of is Lifecrafter's Bestiary. Lifecrafter's Bestiary is also a card that you don't want to see a second copy of, but in games where you do see it, it can be very beneficial. You see that you have a Bestiary on the battlefield, you cast a late game Land War Elf because that's what you top decked, you have the extra green mana, draw another card, hopefully getting to one of your bigger threats or a removal spell to get one of your big threats through. So that is the entire deck. What you do now is you name it Green Grind, and you go in, you either satisfy your quests that have green cards necessary to be played, or you jump into Quick Constructed and battle right through. The name of the game for Quick Constructed is Quick Games and Great First Match Odds, which this deck provides you. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of the MTG Arena Build Along series for a deck tech. It's something that I've been interested in trying for a little while and probably something that you will see more of. Let me know what decks you want to see out of my collection. Let me give you a little sneak peek here. Oh, it's going to ask us if we want to save this. We are going to save Green Grind. Bam, ba, da, ba. As you can see, I've also got, that's my version of it that I've been playing a lot. I've got some other grind decks here. Got some Singleton stuff. These are my decks that I use to satisfy those quests that are like play 20 green things, play 20 red things. And then, of course, you know, I've got the decks that come along with playing the game. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Let me know what you want to see and what you thought of this vid. Other than that, I'm tapped out. Catch you later.